Hello everyone, CannonFodder here. So I've been wanting to get back into making some YouTube's content for my channel, and I figured what better way than to participate in Dark Hero's Monster Hunter tag. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, Dark Hero asked other Monster Hunter content creators to answer 5 questions and then tag another channel so their creators could do the same. I will leave a link to his video in the description below. Well, since I'm sure no one will tag my small, insignificant speck of a channel, I guess I'll just make a video answering the questions since it seems like the perfect start to me making some more content. First question is, what got you into the Monster Hunter series and what do you like most? Well, what got me into the Monster Hunter series was actually playing Dark Souls. I really enjoyed the combat in Dark Souls and I wanted some more of that. Plus I was being deployed at the time and it needed to be in a handheld format so I could bring it with me and play it during some downtime. So I ended up picking up Monster Hunter 4U. I'd actually been wanting to play Monster Hunter for a while, but I never had a console to do it. So I actually went out and bought a 3DS and Monster Hunter 4U at the same time. And it was the only game that I had for the system. Needless to say, I just fell in love with it. Well, I didn't really get big into 4U. Once Generations came out, I ended up picking it up and streaming it on my Twitch channel and everything, and I have put thousands of hours into it. And what do I like most about Monster Hunter? That is definitely the fact that monsters seem insurmountable when you first fight them. But once you learn all their tells and just how they react, are able to just beat them and they become trivial essentially. But that first win when you're trying to beat a monster that you just get wrecked by every time, it feels so good. Another thing I like is definitely the fact that it's not about grinding to make your character better. I mean, definitely you grind to get armor and weapons, of course, but you don't actually get experience points or anything like that to upgrade your character. It's all about armor and weapons, but mostly about player skill. Second question, what are some of your favorite moments/memories playing Monster Hunter? This is a tough one. There are just so many of them, so I'm just going to rattle a few off by game. For Generations, I definitely have to say two-manning a Hyper Zhang. It was me and one of my viewers. I, of course, was wearing my patented banana hammock armor, which had almost no defense on it. It was all for the lulz, of course. And we actually succeeded. It was a great hunt. I think I was the only one that carded, which I'm okay with. Again, no defense. For Generations Ultimate, my favorite memory has got to be soloing Hellblade X. Originally, I wasn't going to solo any of the X hunts, but in the end, one of my viewers ended up soloing all of them, so I figured I had to at least do one, and since Hellblade was kind of a punching bag for me at the time, I figured I would throw my weight against him. My favorite memory from Monster Hunter World has definitely got to be soloing Behemoth. I set a challenge for myself, which was to complete the hunt in under 30 minutes without carding, which I inevitably did. Some of Behemoth's moves, though, really pissed me off, and they were very annoying, like his belly slam that if it hits you, it leaves you open for his next attack, and even if it doesn't hit you and you get caught in the tremor, you're open to his next attack most likely. In the end, though, I succeeded, and I'm very happy that I put in the time to reach that goal. Question number 3. What is your favorite Monster Hunter monster and why? For me, my favorite monster has got to be Tigrex. Just the sheer rage I feel from him every time I fight him is awe-inspiring. And he's the first monster I ever fought where his roar would damage and knock back the player. And even when he's mounted, all the other hunters aren't safe since he thrashes around everywhere. Although behind his ass is the safest place when he's mounted. And I just want to give a shout out to my second favorite, the Great Fanged Beast, Zinogre. I just love him for his color scheme, especially Stygian's color scheme. Ugh. And his charging mechanics, how it makes him so much harder if you don't pay attention to him, or you try and trap him in a shock trap. And how he moves around the area, and how you have to watch out for all the thunderballs when he's charged. It's so great. If I already mentioned my second, then I might as well go in deep and tell you my third, which has got to be Gore Magala. Again, I love how Gormagala looks, and I also love the mechanics around his Frenzy virus. It causes hunters to be much more aggressive than they would normally be. I, for one, am more of a defensive hunter, but having fought Gormagala, it has taught me that you definitely have to go on the offensive sometimes. Question number 4, what is your favorite weapon to use? For me, this is the easiest question out of all of them to answer because I use the best weapon in the game. And the best weapon in the game is... dual blades. Wait, what? Who the hell wrote this? You're fired. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, best weapon in the game, charge blade. I mean, just look at it. Look at those curves. Oh yeah. Sorry, where was I? Charge blade does everything. It slices, it dices. It is a jack of all trades, except if you want to mount, then you kinda need a cliff to jump from. To that effect, if you need to cut off a monster's tail, knock out the monster, or guard unavoidable damage, the charge blade is your weapon. Charge blade is known to be one of the most technical weapons with a high skill ceiling on it, which I definitely enjoy. While I enjoy playing other weapons, sometimes I usually end up getting bored of them, doing the same attack over and over again, like Lance's 3 pokes or just holding the attack button to charge the greatsword. Don't get me wrong, charge blade is repetitive also, as everything can get with Monster Hunter, of course, but I don't get bored of using the charge blade. For me, nothing feels better than cycling through sword and shield attacks, X-file, discharges, all while guarding everything the monster is doing to try to stop me. Also, knocking out the monster with a guard point is pretty sweet. Although I must say, I am kind of not a fan of it in Monster Hunter World, just because if you want to get good damage, you really need to do SAEDs, and it just seems like that's all you're doing with the weapon is loading files and doing SAEDs, and it really takes a lot out of the weapon, especially for those wanting to get into the weapon. It just really feels like it's a one-trick pony, and it's really not if you give it some time. If you're a fellow charge blade user, let me know in the comments below if you agree. Question number 5, why is that your channel name? Well, if anyone didn't know, cannon fodder, according to the dictionary, is a soldier regarded or treated as expendable in battle. And I picked up this name when I was playing MMOs at the time. I really enjoyed playing the tank class, which, if anyone in the party is going to die, it should be the tank, at least first. And that's only if, the tank's doing his job. Which I do, because I'm awesome. The number 5 added onto the end was just at random, so we can just, cut that off. I guess this would be about the spot where I tag another Monster Hunter content creator. But since I really don't know any other small channels like myself, and none of the big channels are going to pay attention to anything that I do, I figure I'll open it up. If any other small content creators want to either message me or post in the comments, I will add you to the description, so hopefully anyone watching this video will be able to find your channel next. If you've stuck around for this long, I just wanted to say thank you for watching and ask that if you enjoyed this video, then please press that like and subscribe buttons, and feel free to stop by my Twitch channel. Cheers.